Yo, what's up with the impending Sparkling Zero coming out in 50 minutes of this recording? We're gonna watch Death Battle. I've been spoiled. I know Bardock loses. I don't know how, so we're gonna watch this and see how Death Battle sells Dragon Ball characters for the millionth time. And I'm surprised they gave us Z Bardock, not Super Bardock. Let's see. I know they're gonna do it versus Omni-Man.
Omni-Man versus Bardock.
The ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
What was
a
Bardock's
death battle.
power level, like confirmed, or do we not have one?
Omni-Man, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day,
Look at him.
it all went
Yeah, he
horribly
cooked them.
wrong.
He cooked them.
Hi, Omni-Man.
When season 3 come out,
How, Omni-Man?
fire.
Who, Omni-Man?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal mortal combat.
With a K! Or, wait, no, that came later.
Viltrumites are among
Yeah,
the most
Mortal Kombat.
powerful beings in the universe. Even more so after they purged the
250.
weaker members of their
6'2", 250.
species. As a vanguard of the
Oh,
Viltrumite
yeah, that's
Empire,
pure
Omni-Man
muscle.
infiltrated Earth as
Bro really
Nolan
shouldn't be
Grayson,
like no more than like
expected to prepare the
200.
planet for imperial
Anything over that
assimilation.
is
Which
OD.
should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers, and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly
So
at
imagine if Bronny
unbelievable
weighed an
speeds,
extra 40
soaring from
pounds,
Earth
bro.
to the
What the
planet
hell?
Thraxa in under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote,
He's basically
a couple
built like
galaxies
Miami
away, give or
LeBron.
take. So a minimum of 2 galaxies.
Mm.
Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum
Yeah, I ain't heard about
which
this.
is over 2.7 million light-years away.
Okay.
Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light.
Oh, and
Jeez
Viltrumites can't
Louise.
breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating
you
the
are right.
significance of smashing his own son's
Bro held
face
his
in.
breath for a
Think,
week.
Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're
Crazy.
missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours.
That's over 20 billion
So they're
times
saying
faster than light.
he
You don't
could
really need to rush
possibly
anyway. The older
drive
a
that
Viltrumite
fast.
gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall
know
certain
this.
states of being
I
regardless of
don't
their
remember
present
this.
environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out, or even more
Yeah.
scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Ugh, only a Viltrumite could pull off something that disturbing.
Nolan is incredibly tough, but if he
What
faces
the hell?
superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered
Okay. All right. So I see their win con right now. It's Smart Adams. So he lost. Bardock loses because Smart Adams, aka plot armor.
invincible.
Most
Plot armor
weapons in the
Adams.
universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
The son of
Even a ship's
Goku, or
cannon
the
like
father
this
of
one
Goku.
can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't doing it
That
for
is
you,
crazy.
this planet
That's
also
a
supports
lot
5
of-
moons in its
You
orbit,
wanna see-
and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14
Right.
times larger than Earth.
Or it was before
He destroyed
you know,
it.
Kablam!
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitch frequency,
Like
which
a
can
dog?
destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness
But
turned out
Bardock
to
won't
be,
know that.
You guessed it.
Fatherhood.
Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his
I'm already
perspective
knowing.
and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new
What's
job,
that? I
and
think
even had a new kid
I
with
miss
his
my
new
wife.
wife, who's a bug. The bug lady. He
We
banged
ain't
a
got
bug.
to the sexy
Omni-Man?
bugs yet.
How? Omni-Man?
If you
Hey,
thought they was
everyone
bad,
deals
they get
with
better.
parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the
I
innocent.
mean, in his
It's to
opinion,
discover if a violent man
that
who
makes
can
sense.
break the
Because
world
if you live over
can
2,000
also
years,
be a
he's
good
lived
father.
longer than
Godspeed,
damn near Earth's
Omni-Man.
civilization, Earth's existence, or you know what I mean? Like,
In the far reaches of the cosmos, laid a world with a
they
people
about to
like
hold
no
my.
other.
Oh wait, no.
Born and raised to do
Upper over, or over or under on them showing that clip, that filler clip of Vegeta, King Vegeta doing this and blowing up 4 planets. Over or under? I'm going over. They love to put that filler clip of them niggas blowing them 4 planets up, which never happened in the manga.
just one thing.
Filler Ball Z.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by, King Vegeta. Well, narcissist punch.
Exactly.
But
their pride blinded
I
them
don't,
to the
I don't
truth
know
of
if
their
Bardock is
doom.
Planet Buster level,
Perhaps
honestly.
One Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right? What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
It's my twin.
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer.
Oh, y'all don't know who
ruthlessly
Turles is,
conquering planets
but
in service to the
you about to
Saiyans'
see that
true
filler King
overseer,
Vegeta go.
Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every
E4,
living thing,
E510,
leaving
why not?
Frieza
That's him.
uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with
Rocks a
multiple
sick
iterations to
bandana.
draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
We're talking
But
about
only
Dragon
one
Ball
is
Minus.
considered officially
Yeah.
canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Gine, and had 2
Gine.
sons, Raditz,
Raditz and
Kakarot.
Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a
Bro, we gotta
ruthless
unlock.
warrior.
We gotta
Remember
unlock,
that
bro.
iconic
I
red
know he
headband
back
of
there.
his?
It's stained with the blood of his allies. Yeah,
Hardcore.
That's what I'm
Could
saying.
fly, move faster
That's what
than
makes
light,
it
and was
hard. But if it's just a
naturally
red
adept using his
bandana,
key as an explosive
not really.
weapon.
That's the only
AKA
reason I'll take
shooting lasers
this
from
design
his
over the
hands.
Dragon Ball
True
Minus
to his
design.
brutal screw you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a key-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear
Transformation.
basically turns him into a
I just want to know how
supercharged
Super
battery.
Saiyan,
The
what
guy
is it, the
has
10
no
times
chill.
multiplier,
People
still
run you
can't
over,
cook
break your
Omni-Man.
spine, light you on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared
Excuse
for
me.
Gine, in fact
He
being
was
one
still
of
a
the few Saiyans of
dog.
his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Boogie!
Under the light of a full moon,
Which-
a Saiyan with
well,
a tail
I don't-
manifests the
Yeah,
Uzari.
y'all better be
This
happy we don't
great
have Dragon Ball
form
Heroes
increases
Bardock or
Bardock's
some
power
crazy stuff,
tenfold,
because
turning him
it
into
wouldn't
an
even been a
unstoppable
comp. The
kaiju.
Dragon Ball Heroes is
Someone
definitely just
call
fan service.
Yajirobe.
While some Saiyans can maintain control
Hey,
over this
Yajirobe.
berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
He be out what you know,
Questionable
man.
if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low-class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets
See?
at once.
There we go. Filler. So we give him the benefit of the filler episode of him destroying 4 planets with the wave of a hand, and he still loses. That's what I'm saying, bro. Death Battle they just don't like Dragon Ball
At about
characters.
this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
How do you lose after showing us
Power levels
that?
are kind of janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 8,000. There you
Yeah,
go.
the dub changed it to fit.
So this the shit. This the inconsistent bullshit I be talking about. So we know it was a mouth flap correction, which is why it's non. Read the mouth flaps better, but you don't know 30 seconds ago King Vegeta blowing up that planet was filler. Like that's what I'm saying. They just be using they just be bullshitting. They just be bullshitting, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is why I don't watch Death Battles, because it just be some bullshit.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during
I mean,
the trip eventually raised him to
this probably still
90,000
better
upon
than any
arrival,
Dragon
but
Ball
this gives us a clear window.
Goku versus
Yeah,
Superman
early in the
fight,
trip,
because
he had to
Superman
dodge a bunch of
cannot
incoming
lose
asteroids
to
and blast
Goku.
his
Don't
ship away from a star,
unless he
which is
becomes
impressive
Arnold's
considering the
Vodago.
speed involved.
The planet
No.
Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
Yeah,
All this speed
Roshi
and
was
power
blowing
meant
up
when
moons.
Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal.
Yeah, no,
they
it's-
went Cheerio.
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found 2 survivors, a mother and
Granola.
her child. Some may call it weakness,
Got that Dragon
others a
Ball
moment of clarity.
Sharingan.
But Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son.
I
He
can see
chose
why they
to
don't like
spare
the
the two,
retcon.
and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more
He said,
appreciative of his
they about to
family
clap,
and
y'all.
cautious of Frieza.
Well,
When
they
all the
did.
Saiyans were called back to planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face
He
with
was
the
boxing.
tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died.
Yep.
Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these two who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah blah blah. Non-canon.
Did you just say non-canon? But Death Battle. If you know what the word non-canon is, then you must know that this right here is fake. Nah, bro, they're
And
just.
in whatever, he survived. And when he realized what happened, he
That's what
got
I'm
so
telling you, bro.
unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
All right, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory,
If you're
failure,
full-blooded
love,
Saiyan, yes.
and loss. Frieza destroyed the
Well,
Saiyans
actually, no.
because he feared the
Full-blooded
possibility of
Super
the
Saiyan,
Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power
Universe
that
7.
could rival
Universe
his own.
6,
But
my
perhaps
back
Bardock's transformation
itchy.
was more than simply a what if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out
That does
for
happen,
Bardock,
Dragon Ball.
who figured
Pour
out
one
how
out,
to be
yeah.
the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
I mean, don't.
Hey, shout out to everyone who
No, one, don't shout that out. 2, how about this? Did you know that you can wish back to life whoever you want now to the Dragon Ball? So Bardock could be wished back whenever. Bardock, Raditz, King Vegeta, they can all be wished back whenever they feel like it. Nappa, all of them, because they took off the time limit of 1 year. So yeah, why isn't Bardock back in it? Why isn't Raditz? The king, we'll never know. There's no real reason.
Death Battle!
Toriyama's early passing, I highly doubt Toritaro will go beyond the original canon in and then add them in. The animation, this is one of the pluses and the praises I'll give Death Battle. The animations are always beautiful, always great animations.
Another gross bug planet.
It's good CGI.
This planet isn't
I wonder if it's in Blender. Not these two people talking about not conquering planets. Interesting music choice. Oh, we had to give him his tail so he can go Great Ape, even though they're probably gonna give him.
My son would kick his ass.
Actually, yeah, the Goku versus Mark Grayson. Oh, I don't know. Death Battle would give Mark some type of way to beat Ultra Instinct Goku. Mastered Ultra Instinct. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I feel like Bardock would. Well, no, Bardock can't. What's some jiggy? So Bardock probably wouldn't smash. No, I still feel like Bardock would have like realistically just like either threw it back, pause, or punch through it. But I don't know. No, that got broken. No.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
That's crazy. But that is the weird plot hole, because they just say he can't control his form. So if that moon's been there the whole time, yes or no? Or have they been fighting long enough to where the moon? Because if that's the case, then shouldn't he have like a Zenkai? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That battle just be.
See the real power of a Saiyan.
But since we said he can't control it, he's definitely gonna get cooked. And or no, I think this is a 10 multiplier. Super Saiyan's 100. We can look it up. We can look it up. Okay. Nah, bro, about the instinct. Ha! Boom.
Shit.
That's interesting. He is strong. I don't know if it would rip off though. See? He can't breathe, and he can hold his breath for over a week. But no, they're in the upper stratosphere, so he's getting choked to death. Not he's running out. Well, yeah, he's running out of oxygen, but it's not lack of oxygen being in the atmosphere.
I won't let you take me from my world.
They tried their best. I won't let you destroy my world. Almost, not quite. Close to no cigar. Hey, everything. Hit him to everything. Hit him to everything. Hit him to everything. That's what I was like. Cause he just has basically super strength and super durability. He doesn't have any or super atoms. My bad. My Saiyan. Oh my goodness. See?
You said Saiyan. Remember it. Fuck.
Why are you saying that?
KO! Okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar, until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch.
Well,
A
yes, but
major
actually
plot
no.
point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
September millions?
24 zeros!
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference.
Super
So
Saiyan is 50.
strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he got a
Bardock.
bag.
It's perfectly fair
It's
to
filler.
question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all.
Yeah, it's
However,
filler.
even with the form included,
That's what I'm saying. No
Nolan
filler,
still
I
takes
still don't
this,
think
especially
Bardock
when it
wins.
comes to
But
our
giving
last
him
two
all these filler
categories,
boosts and he still
experience and
loses.
stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been around a lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years, and even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for
Flat
days on
atoms.
end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected
I don't
to.
know who.
Bardock's crazy speed and
We need an
power made
Omni-Man
him a
mod
real challenge.
stat
Nolan's
so I
strength,
can zero. I
experience,
gotta
and
redeem my
sheer
nigga
endurance
Bardock.
presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the bar. Duck.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Next time on Death Battle.
I can only imagine who won that one. Probably gone. That was that, bro. Death Battle, y'all niggas is so fucking ass, bro. Whenever it's a non-anime character, it's lovely. But actually I lied. Ben 10 versus Green Lantern pissed me off because Alien X definitely should have won. Or the Omnitrix fail-proof safe would allow his arm not to gosh darn get cut off, because that was like the whole plot point of like every Vilgax trying to get but it is what it is, bro. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Did Death Battle sell, or am I overreacting? Am I just glazing DBZ? Or is Omni-Man? I don't read the source material, the comics. So I don't. Is Omni-Man really that strong? I know he is strong, but at that point, should is even have been a battle if it wasn't even close enough? Like you feel me? Like, it's supposed to be some equal. We not throwing Raditz versus Barushiki, because Barushiki's probably getting smacked by Raditz, bro. I'll be honest with you. Well, maybe not. Oh, no. If Raditz is a Cyberman, probably not, bro. But like Vegeta probably smacks Barushiki.